Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Test Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we are live on a Monday night ready to do some podcasting. Find us everywhere you get podcasts. Search The Black Guy Who Tips. Leave us 5-star reviews. Make them nice on Apple Podcasts. We'll read them on the air, and we won't add extra commercials to our feedback show.
We will not.
We shouldn't have to next week, though, because we already got somebody on top of that.
Y'all cover now. After that, somebody else need to volunteer.
Yeah. Speaking of which, to give people a little peek behind the paywall, a little bit like what goes on the other side of things, I uploaded an episode of Balls D Sports last night for y'all. So if you guys are sports people and you want to hear our thoughts on the NBA gambling situation and what all was happening there, and then check it out. You know, we talk about good fun stuff over there, and it's not in the feed by mistake. I put it in there on purpose. Now the only difference is there's commercials in it, but if you're premium and you're behind the paywall, there's no commercials. It's just a straight block of just entertainment.
And also, if you behind the paywall, you actually got the 3 hours beforehand, which was the pregame.
Yeah, and you also got a lip smacking good last week.
Yes.
Karen and I talk about food we ate, food news, food we cooked, all that stuff. So you can check that out. And I did some movie reviews by myself as well as one with Karen yesterday. We went and saw Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
The movie. Gave our review of that. We saw it in 4DX, which if you guys know about going to the movies, that's the one that's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it is like Days of Thunder.
So you can hear our review of that movie. How many stars did we give it? And I did a bunch of solo reviews of movies that I've just, like, I watched them, but Karen didn't watch them. I just had to put them somewhere. So I got A House of Dynamite, the movie on Netflix, starring Idris Elba and a bunch. It's a big cast. A Working Man, the Jason Statham movie. Play Dirty, the Marky Mark action flick that's on Amazon.
Okay.
So yeah, I just put those reviews in there as well. So listen,
y'all getting y'all money's worth. If
working hard over here.
Y'all behind that paywall, y'all getting y'all money's worth.
When they say working hard or hardly working, we're working hard. All right, so that's enough stuff. We can get into the show stuff. Did you have any banter today?
I do.
All right, let me pull that up. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Banter. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
I do.
All right, Karen.
Hey, I want everybody to know this is the time of the year. We got our season tickets, so we be going to the Hornets games and stuff like that. So a lot of my stuff will probably end up being Hornets, quote unquote, related. So we back to the Karen the Hornets corner. I'm just letting y'all know that up front. And so, what was it? Saturday. For those of y'all that don't know, Saturday was a very busy day for us. Because we recorded pregame, we recorded the regular show, and then later on that night, Roger Cat was debating on going to the not after party, but watch party.
It was a Charlotte Hornets watch party for our first game on the road. Basically, fans get together and we watch on TV the team play, and the team put it on, so we went out there.
We went out there, and I had a great time because when they did it to season ticket holders, and I also have the regular app, so they basically sent it out to a bunch of people. And so we went. It was a nice little place. I had never been there before, child. You walked in, they were doing everything. They had 3 or 4 pickleball courts. They had everything going on in that little place.
Yeah, and it was at a event space, like a bar or something. It wasn't at the arena. Someone asked if it was at the arena. It's at the place called the Tipsy Pickle.
And so we went up there, and everybody got like a free drink or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we went, and I actually had a great time sitting there and watching the game and talking to other Hornets fans and everybody just in their element and getting excited, and they play games and things like that. And
yeah, the host from the arena, Tone X, was out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, MCing, and they had one of the DJ that's in the Drake. They had him there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was cool.
It was very fun. They had the Bobcats, not the Bobcats, shit, the honeybees,
Mm-hmm.
and the dance crew. They was
Yeah.
there too, and so it was like a really kind of cool, laid back element. It was crowded, but it wasn't it wasn't overcrowded.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were going around asking questions and stuff like that. And we had it was a lot of fun. It was a lot funner than I thought it was going to be, and as I thought, like, a lot of people are gonna show up, it's gonna be overwhelming, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
I was
that
prepared for that in case it was, because I was just gonna dip. If it would have been like super crowded up in there, I probably would have been like, oh, I'm good. But it was like a night. It was enough people, but kind of chill.
Yes, and we was at the bar. And so where it was like me and another lady, but we was kind of far enough for each other that it was almost like a great spot if you would kind of want to walk up and talk to the bartender. And so one dude came up and he was like, yeah, I want an old fashioned. And I don't know if the dude was like a manager or a supervisor, but he looked at like the real bartender and was like, asked him, should I make the old fashioned? And the dude was like, yeah, you can make the old fashioned. I thought, oh shit, this is not a good sign. I was like, I was thinking myself, you don't make these all the time. It was hilarious because the dude was right there. Dude actually watched him make the old, and he was slow as shit. He watched him make that whole ass old fashioned. And I thought in my head, baby, I don't know nothing about no old fashioned, but I was like, I don't know how the fuck that gonna taste, because he was like measuring. I think he was like reading the recipe as he was going along. I thought, oh baby, you should just got the bartender to do that. Mm-mm.
Who was making it?
The manager dude that came.
So the manager made the old fashioned, not the bartender.
Not the bartender. And I could tell that he was the manager, because as soon as he made that shit, he was like, all right, y'all got it. And he just ran off. I was like, you don't belong back here, sir.
I may have interpreted that differently, but I thought the manager was like an older gentleman.
Oh, okay.
And was he not the older gentleman? He was younger.
I'm not sure. He might have been one of like, they might
Because
have
maybe I'm thinking of a different person, but there was an older man who came up there, and I saw them talking, and I was only half paying attention. You paid more attention than me, but in my mind, I thought they didn't know how to make an old fashioned, because they were like, whatever, this like a young party people bar. And I thought they had called the old man to be like, man, it's in the old fashioned, right?
they may have,
but I wasn't paying that much of attention. But that's good. Like, it took them so long to make that drink. I was like, did they have to like call for help to be like, hey man, what's in this?
It took them,
because all the other drinks was like, young people, like they had a drink that was like the I don't know, something of the Buzzkill or something, or the Buzz something.
It was super sweet, and
it was just blue juice with alcohol in it.
It was quick, and they were selling them shits like crazy.
And it was like $5, and that's I haven't drank like $5 drink like that since I was in my 30s probably.
Right.
So it's not like I wouldn't. It's just sugar and alcohol. It's like to get you drunk.
Right. That was my type of drink.
Yeah. So I was just like of course you just stick to that because it's just easier. But yeah, when Buddy ordered that old fashioned, I was like, I don't know if these people know how to make drinks. It's like they had Jello shots and that, like $1 Jello shots and $5 those things. And I was like, this don't feel like the kind of bar where you be like, let me get a Tom Collins, and like, oh, I'm glad you ordered it, buddy.
Yeah. And the thing is, because the way I was at, people ordering other drinks, and so like a lot of the people in front of us, they were actually true bartenders. I think one of the dudes wasn't a bartender, or he don't bartend that often. And they probably did go get the other dude to kind of ask, not the bartenders, but the other dude, because it took him so long. Because I've seen them make other old fashioned, like the regular bartenders. They be like, doo, 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 doo. Here you go. That man stood there for a smooth 7 to 10 minutes.
Watching the YouTube tutorial over there.
I think he was. think he pulled out the ingredient sheet like I would have a fourth of a cup, an ounce. Do I need the zest of this? I was like, a poor thing. I was like, ain't no telling what your drink gonna taste like.
Who tows the tow truck drivers? You know,
That's a
like,
great question.
Is there a tow truck driver that specializes in towing tow trucks? Is he like the most strapped in the planet? Because I know tow truck man will lay you down. They got the heat. They rode with the mighty hammer of God on their waist.
They always be smoking.
But I'm like, if you had to tow trucks, like, I'm just wondering, like, would you have like a rocket launcher? Like, what do you need to do to be able to do that? Because that's a brave man.
Very
but
brave.
Somebody got tow trucks. What if you get behind on your payment on tow trucks? You know,
that's true. I'm assuming it's
somebody
company,
come tow you?
But hey, it might be individual people owning the tow trucks. Yeah. I never thought about that. Mm-hmm. And my last one, it was when they was doing like the questions. It was this little boy. I don't even think the child was maybe a teenager, and they were asking him questions, like some questions, and he was going to win like a basketball, like signed by one of the players,
by Brandon Miller.
Yeah. And we left before it ended, but I was like, I know that baby won, because all the old people, and I was one of them old people. The first question he asked him, he was like, when was the Hornets franchise, started? And before I knew it, I think I was the loudest one. I was like, 1988. I like yelled it. I wasn't even the one that was asking the question. Right. I was like, baby, 1988. That's the answer, 1988. I was 9 years old. I know, because I was alive. You wouldn't even thought of 1988, baby. And so as it went on, all the old people was just yelling answers to the baby. I was like, oh, that baby gonna get that basketball from us 40 and 50-year-olds that know the answers.
Yeah, I actually won 4 free tickets because you could put your use your phone to put it in a raffle or something. So I just went ahead and signed up just to see, and I ended up winning 4 free tickets.
I was shocked when they called your name. I was like, oh.
We already have 2 tickets to the Orlando game. But Karen had the suggestion of we can go with my parents, and I guess we'll all sit in that section instead of where we normally sit, which is still in the 100 down. It's not like side, front row court side or nothing, but it's it's decent. But I also did one of the things where it's like a trivia game. Was like, can you name 10 Hornets players on the rosters without saying or stopping? And I got like 5 deep. It's a lot harder than it looked. And I don't think anyone got it. One woman got 9. And they just gave it to her because it's damn near impossible.
Yes, because people would go and they were like, oh, he was like, bad. Right. The games was so much fun. Like the atmosphere was fun. Everybody was upbeat and things like that. Like, it was actually really, really nice. That place was was a pretty cool place. I had a really great time, and I'm glad we decided to go.
And I'm not selling my tickets, regular tickets, Reggie. I think I'm going to use my regular season tickets so we can skip the line and go into the season ticket holder line, and then just scan the other tickets too to be like, yeah, so we got these as well. But I think I'm going to go ahead and skip that line, players. So I'm going to keep them tickets.
Because child, I'm here to tell you that first home game, bitch, I seen them lines. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah. And my last thing was wait, what was yours? Oh, it was about the Hornets trivia question.
Yeah, with that baby, it was just hilarious. Okay. I was funny how excited I got because I didn't realize I was that loud, and I think I yelled out like super loud too. I was like 1988. I was like, Karen, you're not even playing the game. The fuck?
I think not enough NFL touchdowns are mascot specific. And if I played in the NFL or just advised NFL players, I would advise them to make mascot specific touchdown celebrations. Like, if you're playing the Packers, why not pantomime having a cheese grater? Because they call themselves the cheese heads. And now you shredding cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking that shit. Or the Broncos. Why can't you act like you riding a horse after you score a touchdown on them? It would be cool. I don't know what you would do against the Cowboys, because you wanted to not be but you want to come up with something maybe because you can't do gun celebrations outside. Yeah. You don't want to do anything that's like shoot out at the OK Corral. But still,
Yeah,
like
for some
something,
teams that would be really, really hard.
maybe do a lasso and like you wrangle them up or something.
How would you do the Chiefs?
I don't know how Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, see the racist ones you gotta skip.
Right. I was like some of these teams, I don't know. What would you do with the Panthers?
Yeah, you do like meow, because you scoring on the Panthers. So you being like, y'all some kitty cats. Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm with you.
Like if you score on the Packers, then it's like I'm grinding up this cheese. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just need more mascot specific shit talking.
How would you do the Steelers? You would just come out in a hard hat?
The Steelers. I don't know what you do with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what don't they do something with ketchup or something? I don't know. But I'm workshopping it. It's gotta my point is someone that scores touchdowns should be thinking about this way more than I am. And I'm kind of let down by the amount of just regular touchdown celebrations and spiking the balls and dances. Like, no,
they stripped a lot of the fun
out of it.
Take
me meta. Take me to the next level. Okay? Pretend to be gambling on the game.
Oh no!
The way that that'll probably definitely get you suspended.
You score a touchdown and where them dollars at?
Just go out there and pretend to play a poker game, and one of y'all is monitoring the game.
Right?
It's like a whole sketch. You got to get the whole. This has got to be a defensive touchdown.
A whole team involved.
All of y'all got to be on that. All right. Let's move into some segments. This will probably be a shorter show today.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
The Browns are the dog pound, so you just euthanize the dogs. Put them in,
I was just thinking Crayola crayons.
No, they're the dogs. You take them, put them in the back of one of those vans that
and roll away with it.
Yep. You just put on a Mike Vick jersey. All right, I'm moving on.
Oh
no. Politics till we get mad. Maine Senate candidate drops out citing Plattner's post on military rape. Maine's Diaria Smith Rodriguez suspended her Senate campaign Thursday and threw her support behind Governor Janet Mills, citing fellow candidate Graham Plattner's past comments dismissing the seriousness of rape in the military. Now, I don't know how much we talked about this guy here, because I can't remember where all I've talked about this guy. But he's a progressive candidate that Bernie is supporting in Maine.
Oh, that dude.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember you talking about this dude. Yes.
And so I guess there's Democrats in the race, liberal people, and it's kind of splitting the vote between him and two other Democrats. Or he's an independent, they're two different, something like that. But left-leaning people having their vote split. And they're trying to win this seat and keep Republicans out of power. So one of the Democrats dropped out because she was like, no. Now, the reason that this is news, in case we haven't brought it up on the show before, Plattner while Bernie supports him and he's supposed to be very progressive, this man literally has a Nazi tattoo on his chest. And it's not just any Nazi tattoo.
I haven't seen it.
It's a deep cut. Like if I say Nazi tattoo, you close your eyes, you go, oh, a swastika?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And it's not a swastika, it's some deep ass, like, what the fuck ass tattoo where you're like, who even knew what that one was? I'll put it on the screen. Now, he says he was on deployment, he was drunk, he walked into a tattoo parlor in another country.
That's big as shit.
Yeah, and like it don't it doesn't. My point is, okay, he was drunk, another country, walked on the wall, looked up in the tattoo parlor, looked on the wall, said, "Give me the number 7," right next to the swastika. And they gave him this thing, and he ended up covering the tattoo now. So this may be the cover. I think this is the covered version that I showed you.
Oh, okay.
Which he did this news article probably to be like, guys, I don't have it anymore. Like if you look it up now, all the articles in the news are about the covered tattoo. Let me look up on Twitter so I can show you the original. But my point being, he walks in, says, "Just give me a tattoo," and just happens to get the picked out the Nazi tattoo. And I think one of the interesting parts about it is that I've never heard of a black or brown person getting an accidental racist tattoo
in my life. Nope.
Do we not get drunk and get tattoos?
We do
as well.
We do. It's a lot of people that's looking at theirs right now. We do.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to have that be your reasoning.
Because you too drunk, they're gonna be like, "Bitch, I'm not tattooing you."
It's almost like you're over explaining it by it's almost like you're over explaining it by being like, "Yeah, I had got drunk." Because if you don't know what it means and you were in another country, I don't even know why you would need to be drunk you could have been sober if you didn't know what it means and you got a racist tattoo.
Agreed.
So this is the original, the second version of the SS Totenkampf, used from 1934 to 1945. Do you understand how deep of a racist cut that is?
I wouldn't have known that. That looked like just a regular, not so funny, a regular ass skull tattoo.
Right. You know, that's the difference between knowing like, "I'm sorry, Miss Jackson," and like all the words to Mamacita Papadonna. Like, it's like,
yes,
like one of you listen to the whole album and you love it to know them words. The other one, you just looking at singles. You know what I mean? So yeah, he got this tattoo, and he of course is saying his mistakes he made as a kid. And so now Democrats are having to make a decision, like, how are we going to make sure this guy who's used to say racist stuff on message boards like black people don't tip, essentially, or ask why don't black people tip. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, maybe we don't want this guy in charge. And I think they almost have to do this just because best case scenario is he's a changed man. He was trolling. He didn't mean any of that stuff. He gets into office and he governs as a progressive. But the other scenario could easily be this guy gets into office and he's like, yeah, all the warning signs were there. I'm actually kind of conservative, especially when it comes to social issues with race and women and shit. And I mean, y'all the ones that put me in. Just because Bernie said I was a good idea doesn't necessarily mean I am. Doesn't mean I've done that work.
No, because Bernie's blind in that area too. So what the fuck are we talking about when it comes to Bernie?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's also one of the things where you got it redone because somebody brought it to the light. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. If this was something that you got drunk one day by accident and, you know, you was like, oh, and I would not be surprised if somebody pointed that out to him at some point in time prior to this. And you was like, it's not going to matter. And then it mattered. And now you're like, oh shit. So my thing is you redid it because you was called out on it. If it was not trying to find it was that important to you,
yeah,
this is something that you would have.
I don't know when he got it redone, by the way.
Okay,
like it seemed like it was redone a while ago, so I don't know that it was like he got busted this year.
Okay.
So I don't know that, but I think more importantly to me, it's just more of a like. It goes back to the bigger point of the Ezra Klein Ta-Nehisi Coates discussion. Because to me, this is what fear is actually going to get us. This whole thing where they keep saying like, no, the Democrats lost. We need to just drop all of that other stuff and just go get these white candidates for white people to do middle of the road type of stuff. And I feel like this is emblematic of that compromise, because what you're asking the vote, and now this state is mostly white, so a lot of those voters won't personally feel affected by racism, but maybe the misogyny and maybe some of the other stuff, right? But my point,
voting on shit, yes.
But my point being, this is the kind of candidate you run when you go, we're done listening to black people.
Right.
Done listening to people that are women, that we're done listening to gay people. Like, yeah, he said some things, and like he apologized. Okay, get over it. Like, you shouldn't ask for a better candidate than this.
Right.
This is what we've decided is the best. All because we wouldn't compromise or vote for a black woman. We expect you to compromise everything so we can keep this white man. And that's one of the things that really bothers me about it.
Right. And it's also one of my things because I feel like kiss my ass, because when it all and I'm keeping it real, when it comes to certain things, when it comes to the Jewish people and things like that, y'all don't have this same energy. Y'all,
well, this is Jewish.
Huh?
I mean, that tattoo.
I mean, yeah, the tattoo is Jewish, but there are a lot of Jewish people that are probably very upset at this.
And Bernie's Jewish.
And it don't make sense. It's like, so fuck my ancestors that died, and none of that shit matters no more.
I truly do not understand it. Smith Rodriguez, who's a survivor of sexual assault in the military, added, she cannot in good conscience indicate support or remain silent if there is even a possibility that someone who questions the reality of this crisis could be elevated to the United States Senate. It is simply too great a risk to those who still need a voice to fight for them.
Right, because he's not going to fight for you.
The Washington Post reported that in 2013, Plattner wrote a series of controversial comments on Reddit, including ones that downplay reports of sexual assault in the military. One such comment said that those who are raped should not get so fucked up or they wind up having sex with someone they don't mean to. He later disavowed the comments on October 17th, saying they stem from his struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder. Is he not going to be struggling with that anymore? Once he wins, is that going to be it? During an appearance on Pod Save America. Now, my question is, does Pod Save America have his Democratic competitors on as well? I wonder. I don't know the answer. I'm just wondering.
Right.
He said that Maine residents will recognize that this is not the person that they have come to know and come to interact with in reality. Despite this, his political director, former state representative Genevieve McDonald, resigned from his campaign over the post. His polling continues to show he has more support than Mills, who officially launched their campaign last week to unseat incumbent Susan Collins. Nearly 60% of Maine Democrats supported Plattner, whereas 24% said they would vote for Mills, and another 14% were undecided, according to the poll. So, yeah, I think this is the shift that I've been warning people is coming. And if nobody says anything, nobody does anything, this will happen. That fear of losing, that fear of not wanting to repeat what happened with Trump is going to not lead to this progressive utopia. It's going to lead to a lot of like, let's compromise on the trans stuff, black stuff, whatever, lesbian, LGBTQ, like let's just let that stuff go. We don't got time for all this back and forth. Let's just run candidates that we think are going to work well with white people. And of course, this state being extremely white, those voters, if they choose him over that, his opponents, those voters are telling you, hey, this is what we want. We don't care about that stuff. We don't care what he said in the past about rape or whatever.
Right.
Like we just want this guy more than we want a candidate that will, that we can trust on those issues.
Right. And it's one of those things where he when you're running for these offices and things like that, in people's job is to find this information out and make it known to the masses, and it's up to the masses to decide based off the information that they find out, will they vote for this person or not. And so this speaks to a lot of the integrity of the state, depending on how they vote for and what they think. And it's also one of those things where you go back and you look and you like, okay, like we're going to see, particularly in the Senate and the House and all this stuff, when these races and stuff come up, how they vote. It's one of those things where, you got the No Kings route and all that type of stuff. And it's one of those things where you're going to say, for me personally, I'm looking like, how much are y'all willing to compromise? Because I'm not compromising on shit. But, it's one of those things where this is not my state either. And so, it's one of those things where this is what happens when white people get scared. They like, whatever it takes. It's okay if it burns just a little bit. I'm like, bitch, I don't want to burn at all. What are we doing here?
Study finds that the COVID-19 vaccines prolong cancer patients' lives. Lung and skin cancer patients' records show they gained additional benefits. So this is another positive side effect of these vaccines that we're still studying, and it's just funny because people will take the nonsense folks who spread misinformation and spread that like Stephen A. Smith recently said Kyrie was right about not taking the vaccine, and look at all these conspiracy theories. People are letting misinformation win. And something like this, there's a study, ohiosap.org is where I'm looking at this, Ohio Society Association Professionals. So it's not just even a news article, although the Washington Post did write about this. My point being, actual scientists giving us proof and facts and studies and results, people will yada yada that shit. But when it comes to like the actual, like just Joe Rogan going, huh, really? They'll listen to that and go, that's what I need to hear. But yeah, this is another positive thing that came out of those COVID vaccines.
And that's wonderful. As somebody who was very adamant from the beginning and still is adamant about my COVID vaccine shots, about the boosters, and about getting my boosters annually with the flu shot, like, I am not fucking around. It doesn't mean I can't catch it. It just means if I catch it, I won't be down. When I had went to the doctor to get my annual, they was like, yeah, you want this tuberculosis shot? I was like, yes, bitch. I don't even know what tuberculosis is. It affects your lungs. I was like, yes, bitch, give me the shot. Because it's one of those things where whatever
you
it is.
The doctor a bitch? Wow.
No.
You just said that. You said, yes, bitch, give me the shot.
Yeah.
I like our doctor. She's a nice person. I think you should be careful how you talk to her.
You know what I meant.
Oh, okay.
And so for me, I'm like, these are doctors, these are professionals. And, anytime, they're like, hey, you need another shot or another booster or whatever, I go ahead and get it on the spot, because it's one of those things where, like you say, this, and there are other benefits that people are probably studying that people, yada, yada, yada. I don't know what's in the vaccine. Bitch, you don't know what's in the food you eat either. But, it's one of those things where when it comes to a lot of common sense shit, people want to go and quote unquote do their own research and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with medicinals and all that stuff. Not knocking that, but science is science when it comes to certain things, and you can't debate that.
Jack Smith, Congress wants him to testify, and he said, yes, but I want to do it in public, not behind closed doors. Like, let's talk about these lawsuits with President Trump in the sensitive document case. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Let's go.
So we'll see what happens, because I think it's gonna be funny to watch them go from we are intimidating him by dragging him before Congress to, well, I mean, behind, not to, in front of we don't want you saying the truth too loud and people get to hear it.
Right. So all of a sudden they probably gonna fucking back down and be like, you know what? We decided not to, because he's like, yeah, I'll speak, but if I speak, I want to be recorded, and I want the press here. Like, we not doing no behind the door bullshit, because I did my job, and I don't blame him either. I did my job. I don't have anything to hide. The fuck are we talking about here? And like you said, they're gonna fuck around and because it's something that they want to control the narrative. He's like, no, bitch, you're not gonna control the narrative here. What we say here, you should have enough integrity to want the public to know. And if you don't waste nobody's time by dragging me up here.
Trump's popularity has changed amongst Hispanics, according to new polls. His favorability has fallen among Hispanic adults since the beginning of the year.
You don't say.
October survey finds that 25% of Hispanic adults have a somewhat or very favorable view of Trump, which is down from 44% conducted just before he took office for the second time.
Right. Because now all of a sudden, it's impacting you. All of a sudden, your proximity to whiteness or whatever you thought that he was going to save you from, it didn't work. And now all of a sudden you scared. Your family members is getting, picked up. People getting deported to places they ain't even from and shit like that. People having to go back home. Economies are being tanked. You have a lot of people who have, like, particularly in like Texas and California, they have like these. They have them here too, but it's more prevalent over there. They have like these vendors that sell like fresh shit, and all of a sudden you can't do that anymore. All of a sudden everybody's asking for your motherfucking green card, and now you're scared.
And the promise was, well, he's just going to deport the bad ones.
Right.
The people criminals that are here illegally, that don't follow the law. And they've just been trying to get people indiscriminately, going into cities, calling everybody criminals and shit.
Right, and now all of a sudden you're afraid of ICE and things like that. Like it's it's one of those things where before you didn't be buying it. Didn't they pass a law or something in California where they can just walk up on you and be like, "Hey, you."
Well, they can actually use race as a basis for stopping people and saying they're suspicious of being illegally in the country, which was illegal before the Supreme Court said actually it's not anymore.
Right.
The percentage of Hispanic adults who say the country is going the wrong direction has also increased slightly over the past few months, from 63% to 73%.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things where we needed to be united, but everybody was so divided, when it came to a lot of this. And because American individualization, everybody thought it couldn't be me. I follow the rules, I follow the law, I got my paperwork. And some people, I was born here, I was raised here, whatever the case may be, and you quote unquote thought you were safe. And nobody is safe. That's what they federal. The black people were going, hey, nobody's safe. Like, y'all put him in charge, he gonna fuck with everybody. It don't like everybody is going down with the ship. It don't matter what your race is. Particularly if you're poor, he definitely don't give a fuck about you. And everybody was like, you know what? I don't care. And now people are facing the consequences and the repercussions of the choices and the decisions that they made.
Yeah, it's funny because you got, I saw that meme. And it comes up every time people are upset with Latino voters and stuff, in the wake of all that what's happening with ICE and stuff. They keep bringing up that those Latinos for Trump that were like, I will vote for Donald Trump. Like I've seen that meme so many times over the last few months and it's like liberal, progressive type people that are upset about the election results and how many Latino voters voted for Trump. They be pulling up that like, nah, what happened to this energy?
Right. And it's also, one of those things where the whole purpose of telling you to vote against him is so nobody will suffer. Like I actually did not want these consequences to happen, but it was like so many people were so blindly assuming that it will be everybody else but them. Like they literally assumed that, and that's the problem. Everybody, even a lot of black people, everybody thought that it was going to be everybody else but them. And now they're dealing with the consequences of that. And for some people, it's an awakening. It's for some people, not everybody, it should be a reckoning. But I think for some people, because of the internet and the age of the internet and because of people's pride, there's so many people that don't want to admit that they're wrong. So they will ride this train out until they can't ride it anymore. Like it's going to, and I believe this, the suffering is going to have to be so great for some people before they relent and say, fuck it, y'all was right. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it don't have to be this way. For most people, particularly black people, all we need is a my bad. I fucked up, y'all. I was drinking the juice. For most of us, we would move on because we understand players fuck up. Like everybody fuck up. We understand that. But so many people have so many platforms that they have rolled on and made a lot of money on these TikToks and these YouTubes like that. Like they literally made that their personality on these platforms. So they have people that are following them that actually still believe this shit, and they don't want to fuck up their money, fuck up their platform, fuck up whatever it is by admitting that they may have been wrong and they may have had misinformation and disinformation and shit like that. Like they don't want to admit that. They didn't want, and I think that it's very, very frustrating because this is something that most people could see. But I really think for a lot of people, they are really shocked and surprised because they believed in white people in this country in a way that I did not. And so, I'm very disappointed. Don't get me wrong, but they voted for him before. So what make you think they wouldn't vote for him again if they had the chance? And so for me, I have always been adamant against him, and I will forever be adamant against him. Anything is better than him, like literally anything. And we had the most qualified person ever, worked all fucking 3 branches of the government, and they told her no. And so it's one of the things where I'm still mad, but my anger is not as intense as it was after the election. but I'm still mad, and these are the consequences of your actions. And that's not funny. Sometimes people got to get their asses whooped before they realize shit is real.
Wow. I mean, I think we accomplished the mission. I think we're mad. So let's go to another segment.
Shout out to Will Smith. I hear y'all talking, but the only thing I'm listening to is that paper. Every day we get into that paper. Woo! I hear the money talking, see you later. Every day we get into that paper. Woo! I hear the money talking, see you later. Don't think I forgot Harry Tubman's supposed to be on the $20 business.
Slick Rick's classic hip-hop track, Children's Story, hits massive milestone. The 1988 track was certified platinum by the RIAA on Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah. The certification recognizes that more than 1 million units sold from the iconic single from his 1988 debut album, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick. The Def Jam release became one of hip hop's most influential storytelling tracks and helped establish Rick as a master narrator in the genre.
Yes, I can listen to that at any time. That motherfucker goes to today.
Once upon a time, not long ago. Like that, yeah. That's one of them, like, everybody knows all the words songs. So yeah, I mean, shout out to this. I mean, this song was so dope that I remember Mos Def did a different version of it, but it was like a homage to it, and even that shit was everywhere
because that beat is fire.
Right. So yeah, man, shout out to Slick Rick, man. Rick the Ruler. He had an album come out this year too. I listened to it. It's pretty good, you know. All the old rappers are still showing they got it.
Yeah, and you know what? All the old rappers be like, "Nigga, we old," but guess what? We got it. Like, you know. And I think one thing that I am loving about older people coming back and rapping, I like the fact that a lot of them still being true and original to themselves, like to the foundation of themselves as artists. And the biggest thing growing up, we was always told that rap was a fad, rap was a fade, rap was gonna be around and shit like that. And so rappers now, they don't have that same fight. And so, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's what you want. You want the future not to have to fight as hard. But it's also one of those things when it comes to other genres of music, you got motherfuckers out here in their 70s and 80s still touring, still rapping, still performing, still making new records.
And other genres of music still rapping?
I mean, not still rapping, but still performing, like rock and country, and like these people are much older, like,
yeah.
But when it comes to rap, for some reason they think that's always a young man's sport, and once you get so old, you're supposed to fucking fade away and die.
Yeah, I think that perception has changed recently because, you know, hip hop just turned 50, so it didn't have elder statesmen to really even pay homage to until, you know, probably the last 20 years or so. And so I am seeing constantly now artists are touring, and it be artists like that, you know, are older, that are our age. You know, it's watch Redman, 50 Cent, Ghostface. I don't know that, like, they're not hitting up stadiums, but they are working artists at this point. And I think that's kind of dope. And like I said, them releasing new music is dope to me. And in a time in a world where we're hearing, like, you know, that do 6-7 shit, that brain rot, where you're like, oh yeah, man, like, if that guy can be somebody, I don't know why the fuck, you know, Big Daddy Kane can't keep making music.
Ain't that the truth?
This is an interesting article. It's on Blavity.com. Now, the disclaimer on it, first of all, I'll read the article, then I'll tell you the disclaimer, the headline. The HBCU Culture Shop makes history as first Black-owned HBCU clothing brand to hit Target stores. Now, I know what you're thinking. Target? HBCU? That sounds like some DEI. That's because this is an article from September 29, 2023. That's right, y'all. This is an article from 2 years ago. But I was doing something on Blavity, and I think it was promoting this like it was a new article almost. To as like an ad or whatever. I don't know if Target and Blavity still got shit together or Blavity just so old. But it was like, so I clicked on it to be like, wait, what? And now I was like, so are they still secretly doing DEI, but nobody knows? No. This was 2 years ago. They was all about the black culture. Just 2 years ago. Under Trump, boy, they just losing money and firing people, laying off everybody because they just would rather be on that side than this one. That's crazy.
And this is another one of them my bads, and a lot of people would come back. But instead of you being like, my bad, y'all, I fault y'all, like, you know what, we fucked up, players fuck up. You know, we lost millions of dollars off of this. Players fuck up. You would rather fire your employees, have people lose their jobs, shrink, and possibility of closing stores because you don't want to say my bad. And this is why when people say racism and capitalism will save itself, no, bitch. Racism is irrational and illogical. It does not, it does shit that don't make sense because capitalism told me last time I checked, dollar bill, y'all. But they was like, fuck your dollars and fuck your bills. And this is the results of that.
Yeah. Racism is always fucking up the money and they don't care.
Right.
Like Target should have been pulled off of that just off of all the losses they took. Anyway, Bishop Marvin Winans is next black capitalist. He went viral during this video when they were passing around the plate.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Woo! I'd have yanked that money out his hand. You ain't getting nothing then. How dare you?
God expects you to do what the Lord wants you to do. Like those of you who realize that the Lord wants you to give generously into his church. Amen. Don't ask no questions. Don't ask how come, why come the pastor have to have him a nice house? Why come pastor got to have a nice car? Don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions. Just give money. Get the collection plate right on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side. We're going to now have a beat selection from the choir.
So, they did talk about it.
Okay.
I guess they went on WXYZ Detroit. And they said, I guess this is him. I was calling because the whole church was giving. It was our day of giving and the whole church was coming. We didn't want people standing, the mothers and all that. So I was calling them by increments. And we had someone that had given earlier and I corrected it. And I told everybody to listen and come when you called. That's all that was. So I guess he said he asked for members that donated 1,000 plus one. Many of the members who came up to give two separate donations, $1,000 donations. And however, McCoy came forward with $1,235. I'm giving in faith and standing in unity with the vision of perfecting church, sowing this seed of 1,000 plus 235 and receiving the blessings to come. She has said in the video. That's only 1,200. You're not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000, despite the public perception, McCoy said Winans did not rebuke her. He absolutely did not rebuke me. Now there's a difference. There was a correction because let me clearly state that pastor gave instruction on the lines to get into. She also said the bishop has apologized to her after their encounter. Well, if he didn't, why is he apologizing if he was completely in the right and didn't rebuke you in front of everybody? So maybe it's out of context. Maybe he was saying, if you have this much money, come to the line. If you have that much money, come to the line. She got in the wrong line, or she got in line too early, and so she gave. But it sounded like she was giving. I don't know. But so anyway, so she got in the line somehow wrong. I don't know how she did it wrong, and that's what that interaction was. Black capitalism, y'all. What? Oh, I know what you're saying, because churches are non-profit, so it's not black capitalism, since all the money is going back into the community and not into his cars and home and trophy wife. Is that what you're trying to say, Karen? It's not going into his suit, so it's not black capitalism. You know what? That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Really, this is black non-profitism.
Yeah, this is not black capitalism. I'm 100. I'm fuck with, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it don't matter if she got in the wrong line or not. She gave a lot of money, and my thing is, you embarrassed her.
It wasn't the right amount, though. She embarrassed herself with that $1,200, Karen. Okay,
it don't matter.
That with that 1,000 plus 235. Now I said 1,000 plus 1. Can you dig that? Can you count?
It don't matter. It don't matter, because you know what? When people miss their paychecks on the first, are you gonna take all this money you collected to help these families that's about to lose their SNAP benefits? Are you about to take this money and go out into the community? Is your congregation gonna starve when they don't get paid? What is we doing here, sir?
I think this is the kind of thing about church like that. I don't go to those type of churches. I don't like those type of churches. Not for me.
I've been there before too. It's a turnoff.
It's not for me. But those who do think we sound crazy.
Right.
Like if we're like, yeah, that was kind of weird. They're like, no, he asked for 1,000 plus $1. She had 1,000 plus 235. That's why he had to say that. He wasn't really rebuking her. He was just correcting her. And to me, it's like, I don't know. I heard a lack of respect right there, and a kind of it wasn't gentle. It was very like thankless. And I guess, for me, if it would have been $2, it's $2 that somebody, but I don't understand that, because I don't work. I'm not in that lane. That type of money, even, I don't understand. Like, we couldn't do that at the blackout tips. Like, the next live event, like, now whoever got $1,200, come on down to the front, give me $1,200 so we can keep this thing going. And then somebody is like, I got $1,000 plus $500. I was like, now, did I say 1,200 or did I say 1,000 plus 500? See, that's the problem. You got to go to the back, sis. Like, I work on the next 800, because he said 2,000. That's the other part. He said 2,000, and she was like, I work on the next 800, and he still was like, that ain't gonna be enough.
Right.
Do you have it right now? Open up your Venmo, sis. Okay, can you sell a car in the parking lot? We need exactly 2,000.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just one of those things where, he can say what he wants to say,
right? But
it's just one of those things where this is your flock, and this is how you treat your flock.
Well, they saying that you be treating people bad about not giving us 5-star reviews in the chat. That's what Marissa's saying. She's trying to say you basically like him.
Now, when it comes to them 5 stars, y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want 2.5 stars. I don't want 3 stars.
Don't come up here with 3 stars plus 2. I need 5.
I don't want no 4. I want the whole
all 5. And y'all out of the congregation until otherwise, or you will get more commercials.
We gonna lock the doors of this sanctuary until I get all 5 of my stars.
Right. Oh, man. All right, let's move into some guess the race. I told y'all this would be a short one. While we are having fun, it's time to start wrapping up.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the race time. Going around the globe, find different articles, guess the race of the people involved. Man shot up Wal-Mart manager's home and car in retaliation for girlfriend's firing.
Well, damn.
A 72-year-old man from North Carolina has been arrested after he allegedly shot up.
Damn. What county? Was it Mecklenburg? Cabarrus?
After he allegedly shot up the home and car of a local Walmart manager in retaliation for his girlfriend being fired from the store. Now, he's 72. If his girlfriend ain't a greeter, then he's robbing the cradle.
Ain't he though?
He better not be dating no cashiers. Larry Keaton Brown was taken into custody this week and charged with multiple felonies, including 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill and 8 counts of discharging a firearm into an occupied property over the incident.
Child, 72? Child, if they give you a few months, who knows if you're going to be here.
According to the news release from Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, deputies on the night of October 10th responded to the house address regarding a report of vandalized property. The resident told the emergency dispatcher that multiple shots had been fired into their residence. That's vandalized? That's not what? If I call you on 911 and say they shooting in my house and you be like, oh, so vandalism? We'll get right over, sure.
Bitch, I didn't say spray paint. I said guns.
Right. Are you on 911 making a jack off hand signal? Yes. Looks like some people vandalized his house. Oh, we'll be right on that. But yeah, investigators say they soon discovered that the shooting was likely connected to another shooting that took place the same evening at the Wal-Mart, where the defendant's girlfriend had been recently fired. There, a store manager's car had been shot multiple times while the vehicle was unoccupied. Now, let me tell you something. That's a boyfriend. That's a man, okay? A lot of people, their wife get home, oh, I had a terrible day at work, and it's like, oh my God, can I finish playing 2K? Not this guy. No. He gets the heat. He got your back. That bitch at work, he gonna shoot her.
Yes, he is.
He don't play that. Not about his.
Nope.
Working in conjunction with the police, utilized the latest technology of forensics. It was determined this incident was related to a similar incident at the Wal-Mart in King. Investigators with both agencies determined that these incidents were suspected to be in retaliation to the suspect's girlfriend being fired from her employer. So yeah, it's what I think is also interesting there is Brown was arrested. So they said earlier this month, after authorities said they found explosive devices in his home, Brown was arrested and charged with possession of a weapon of mass destruction. High Point, North Carolina, Fox affiliate WGHP reported. Authorities said when they tried to place him under arrest during the traffic stop, he attempted to reach for a handgun, but they were able to disarm him.
He's 72.
Brown is currently being held in Stokes County Detention Center without bond. So they caught him.
That was a slow ass reaching. That's why they was able to stop him.
Because he's 72?
Yes.
He had to bend down?
Probably had to. They was like, I think we got this one. Y'all stop him.
They caught him at a traffic stop. That's how they got him. They don't say the age of his girlfriend for the record though. But yeah, guess the race of the man who shot up the Wal-Mart, Larry Keaton Brown.
Larry Keaton Brown is brown, black.
Karen's going with black. Larry Brown still rocking gators, smoking cools and a Jerry curl. Po pimping black.
All right.
Cardi's next baby daddy black. Oh,
damn, I ain't getting an update. Let me refresh.
It's a different type of shooting up the club. Hollard, North Carolina, come on and raise up while shooting black. White as a Walmart receipt. This is a strong black man who protects black women. White ass old man and black. The correct white says Shard. The correct answer is he is. Karen, you said black. He's white.
With a name like that,
some of y'all got it right.
He was ride or die.
Yeah, that's Bay right there. And in the old folks community, okay, they know he don't play by his. Okay, sing it, don't bring it. Got my girlfriend up there stressing at the Walmart. All she want to do is greet y'all hello. And with all these cuts coming to the budget and all that Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security and shit, man, it's a lot of stress for these old folks, man. They gotta be, they need these jobs now. This not just a little hobby.
I know it's so. Forcing them out of retirement, possibly.
Right. Well, let's keep it North Carolina.
Okay.
And let's keep it shooting in the occupied properties. Charlotte, North Carolina, a CMS coach was arrested Wednesday after being accused of shooting into an occupied property.
Oh.
Diamond Johnson, 27, was arrested by York County Sheriff's Office and charged with 2 counts of shooting into an occupied property. Well, maybe he was maybe they were basketball shots. How do we know? Maybe, they say you wasn't with me shooting at the gym. Maybe he was just getting up some shots and he just misunderstood what kind of shots. The shooting happened off of school property and did not involve any students, teacher, or school facilities. Okay.
You saying CMS ain't had nothing to do with it, basically.
So he just was doing some random on the side, part-time freelance shooting into a building.
On his free time off.
Well, guess the race of Mr. Diamond or maybe Diamond Johnson. It's D-I-A, M-O-N-D.
Black.
Karen's going black. Okay, let's check the chat room, see what they believe. Black, says Shar. A lot of people going black on this one, I see. Black, Nigerian. Okay, I know what you mean by that. I'm just assuming you meant short for Nigerian, Miss Mark. Blackity black like the smoke. Top flight security black. Diamond Johnson, probably my cousin black. Niger. No, that's not how you spell Niger, Miss Smart. You have the wrong. That's too many letters. Negro. The correct answer is black. And yeah, that's him there.
Oh, he did that.
Yeah, that's rough, man. I don't know what happened, but a lot of these teachers, man, be stressed out. They be going through a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, they do.
Like, y'all better be nice to these teachers, man. They ain't getting paid that well, and they dealing with y'all badass kids. Shit, lucky ain't more people ain't getting shot at. All right, let's go to the bonus round. Karen is only 1-1.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
A South Carolina man who allegedly thought it would be a good idea to prank his ex-girlfriend by sneaking into her house and hiding in her shower with a knife without wearing pants or undergarments, with his face concealed by the woman's underwear, is being sued for civil assault and causing great emotional distress. Some people play too much. Y'all ever do that? Like on a prank, y'all be like, man, let me go to my ex-girl house. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hop in the shower, get a knife. You know what I'm saying? Take off all my clothes, all my undergarments, of course. And then wait for her to get home. Cover my face with her drawers. And then jump out there like, woogity, gotcha. Like, you should have seen the look on your face, girl. You thought I was gonna kill you. You know, the defendant's conduct and actions were so extreme and outrageous. So as to, why is Karen not laughing? I guess she don't think that that's funny to do that. That's not a good prank. It's almost Halloween.
Nah, that's not the prank you want.
So you wouldn't want. Okay, all right. I guess I noted. So it's
yes, noted. Yes, please.
The defendant's conduct and actions was so extreme.
Put that on the record.
Extreme and outrageous, so as to exceed all possible bounds of decency. It should be regarded as atrocious and utterly intolerable in the civilized community. The victim's attorney, Bradley W. Bonville, alleges in a 5-page legal complaint. Arnold, who was 25 at the time of the May incident, is facing charges of assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature, first-degree burglary, possession of a weapon during a violent crime, according to online court records. He is accused of sneaking into his ex's home on Westway Drive in Charleston. Well, now we all know where she stays. Through a detached garage apartment while she was not home. The plaintiff and defendant were involved in a romantic relationship that had come to an end. After the plaintiff and defendant broke up, right? I guess she just wasn't. He was just too intense for her.
Apparently so.
You know, because when I love a woman, I love them hard. After the plaintiff and defendant broke up, the defendant became hyper obsessed with the whereabouts of the plaintiff. Oh, you mean stalking?
I guess he didn't cut the mustard.
For the knife joke? Okay, give me a second. I'm sorry.
I know that's going in.
No, you got it. So the defendant began to stalk the plaintiff at her job as a nanny for young children in Charleston County. Oh, so also kids get some bonus stalking.
Right, the kids is innocent.
According to the victim, Arnold traveled to her home in downtown Charleston on the evening of May 2nd while she was out with several of her friends for dinner and drinks. He allegedly entered her residence, hid in her shower with a pair of underwear concealing his face and no pants or undergarments on, while in possession of a large knife.
Like, she ain't gonna look at that body, particularly if they've been intimate, and not know who the fuck that is.
Right. The plaintiff was not aware that any other person were in her home, and there was no apparent signs of a break-in. Without warning, the defendant appeared from the plaintiff's bathroom. The defendant was not wearing any clothing other than a set of the plaintiff's underwear that was draped around his head, concealing his appearance. The woman says he began to approach her at a rapid pace while wielding the aforementioned knife. She was able to successfully parry the knife from his grasp, which sparked an alleged scuffle between the two of them.
Come on through, Perry.
He says this was a prank. This seems like the end of that Jennifer Lopez Enough movie, but he think it's a joke. That's his defense.
She been taking kickboxing Taibo classes. Don't fuck with her.
The defendant pressed his hands against the plaintiff's throat, forced her to the ground, choked her forcefully. The plaintiff was able to remove her underwear from his face, thus exposing him completely. Upon removal of the underwear, he allegedly stopped choking his ex and began muttering uncontrollably. The woman, so did he think he was disguising his identity? The woman rushed to her parents' house and called the police. Arnold allegedly tried telling the woman he was trying to prank her in an attempt to lighten the mood and talk.
Bitch, you choked me. What is we doing?
Right. This is just he was bad at the harm he intended to do.
Yes, sir.
She fought him off, and then he was like, I just got to say something.
Right. He didn't expect her to fight back.
Right.
Because he probably planned on killing her.
Right. That's the race.
Oh, this is
of
white.
Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, this is white. For the fact that he thought this is a ha prank, this is white.
Right.
And not trying funny, he better be lucky she didn't fucking shoot him. We got a lot of guns in this country.
Right. Panty raiding white kid of the jackass persuasion. White says sweet feet. The correct answer is, and everyone said the same thing. Anybody but black. Anyway, the correct answer is, oh wait, so no guns, black, just a 40-year-old white guy. The correct answer is white. One person did miss it. Was it because his name was Jackson Arnold? I feel like if it was Arnold Jackson, maybe, but anyway. Yeah, that's him.
And I bet you
that's crazy.
I bet you thought drawing dicks on your face while you sleep was a funny prank too.
Yeah, I think he just came to kill that woman, and then it didn't work.
It wasn't successful.
And he was like, what? It was a joke. Like, go to jail, go directly to jail, do not pass go. Did not collect $200.
Yeah, she just happened to fight back. Yeah, been stalking her and shit too. So yeah. Something about him wasn't right. She was like, "Hey, dog, we need to break up," and he didn't handle that well.
Right. He said, "You don't cut me off. I cut me off with this knife."
Oh no.
He was like, "I'm gonna get back in them drawers. I told you. I'm on my face. I'm in on my face."
He did.
An argument turned into a street fight early Saturday morning, where police say someone even brought out a sword. Around 12:39 a.m., police were called to the intersection of San Pedro Avenue and West Rosewood Road in San Antonio for a shooting. A 22-year-old man told police that an unknown person started shooting towards him. However, details of the shooting were not consistent with the injuries received, which was a cut wound in the upper body area. In fact, no evidence of a shooting even happening was found, but a knife was. The victim then confessed to the police that his 25-year-old roommate allegedly assaulted him after an argument. The roommate was then located and arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The victim was taken to hospital with minor injuries. Initially, police told KENS 5 that a group of men were hanging out around the intersection. When the argument started, the argument escalated to a fight and spilled into the street. Police said a few men pulled out knives and one brought a sword. What could go wrong? Just hanging out with the weapons from the Foot Clan.
Go wrong,
right? You know how you just be having fun with knives and swords late at night, hanging out with the fellas.
Right.
Next thing you know, your intestines is hanging out. Like, boy, y'all play too much. All right, y'all. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for listening. We'll be back throughout the week. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too. Mwah.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.